When you look at the K2PL, you see a tank. But inside, it has more in common with an autonomous Tesla or a fighter jet. We're diving into the millions of lines of code, sensor fusion, and AI tracking that makes this a digital weapon. You're about to discover why the K2 Black Panther isn't really a tank at all. It's a 60-ton computer that happens to have tracks and a cannon. And the version Poland is building right now, the K2PL, might be the most electronically sophisticated ground combat vehicle on the planet. Let's start with what makes this thing so different from every tank that came before it. When you think of a main battle tank, you probably picture a massive steel box with a big gun on top. Sure, the K2 has a 120mm smoothbore cannon that can sling rounds downrange at 10 rounds per minute. But that gun is almost the least interesting thing about this machine, because underneath the armor, behind every panel, woven into every system, there is an almost absurd density of electronics. Dozens of interconnected systems constantly talk to each other, process data, make decisions, and in some cases literally override the human crew to make the shot more accurate. Here is an example that will blow your mind. When you are the gunner and you pull the trigger, the tank might not actually fire. If the onboard computer detects that the vehicle just hit a bump at that exact fraction of a second, it delays the shot. It holds the round until the barrel perfectly realigns with the target, then lets it fly. You pulled the trigger, but the computer decided when the shell actually left the chamber. That is not a tank. That is a robot that lets you ride inside it. Now let's talk about what the K2 can actually see. Mounted on the turret's frontal arc, you have an extremely high-frequency L-band pulsed Doppler radar system. Paired with that is a Raman laser rangefinder and a crosswind sensor. The fire control system can lock onto and track specific targets up to 9.8 kilometers away using a thermographic camera. For context, that is over 6 miles. You can engage something before you can even see it with your naked eye, but it gets better. The K2 uses what is called a hunter-killer configuration. Here's what that means if you are the commander. You spot a target through your independent panoramic sight, which integrates a thermal imaging camera, a daylight television camera, and its own laser rangefinder. You designate that target and the turret automatically slews to engage it. While the gunner prosecutes that first target, you are already scanning for the next one. The time between engagements shrinks dramatically. A single K2 can prosecute multiple targets in rapid succession because the commander and gunner work independently, but in perfect coordination through the electronics. And that millimeter wave radar on the turret roof? It doesn't just find targets, it doubles as a missile approach warning system. If an incoming projectile is detected, the computer automatically issues an alert to the crew and fires VIV IRSS grenades that can block visual, radar, and thermal targeting at once. The tank also carries a radar warning receiver and a laser warning receiver. If someone paints you with a targeting laser or homing radar, the turret swivels instantly toward the threat and simultaneously alerts friendly units through the network. That network capability is where things get genuinely futuristic. The K2 houses a full C4I uplink, that is, command, control, communications, computers, and intelligence, plus GPS and an IFF system compliant with NATO standards. Your tank is not operating alone. It is sharing real-time data with every friendly vehicle, including other tanks, armored vehicles, and even helicopters. The battle management system works similarly to the intervehicular information system used by the US military. You are not just a tank crew, you are a node in a network. Now let's talk about the ammunition, because even the shells are smart. The Korean Smart Top Attack Munition, KSTAM, is a fire-and-forget round you launch in a high arc, like a mortar. When it reaches the target area, a parachute deploys, an onboard millimeter-band radar, infrared sensors, and a radiometer start scanning for targets. When it finds one, whether moving or stationary, it fires an explosively formed penetrator straight down from above, striking the weakest part of any armored vehicle, the roof. The effective range is 2 to 8 kilometers. You fire it and walk away. The shell does the rest. And the autoloader feeding all this ammunition reads laser barcodes on each round to identify the type, and it selects the right munition based on mission requirements. 16 rounds sit ready to fire in the turret bustle magazine, with another 24 stored in the hull. 40 rounds total, all automated and managed by the system. So that's the base K2. Now here's where Poland enters the picture and makes it even more extreme. In June 2022, Poland signed a memorandum of understanding for at least 180 K2 tanks. By December of that same year, just 6 months later, the first 10 K2 tanks had already arrived on Polish soil. That speed of delivery was unprecedented. By late 2024, Poland had received 84 tanks, and in August 2025, a second executive contract was signed for another 180 units at $6.7 billion. That is the biggest single sale of Korean weapons ever, according to retired Republic of Korea Lieutenant General Chun In-bum. But Poland did not just want off-the-shelf K2 tanks. They wanted the K2PL, a customized variant built to Polish specifications. The K2PL keeps the core DNA, the 120mm gun, the autoloader, the pulse Doppler radar, and the hydrop pneumatic suspension. But it adds a hard-kill active protection system, anti-UAV electronic warfare capabilities, composite add-on armor, explosive reactive armor panels on the turret and hull, a 12.7mm remote-controlled weapon station, and Polish-made battle management systems with NATO standard communications. That active protection system is critical. CAPS can detect incoming warheads at 150 meters and launch a defensive rocket to destroy them at just 10 to 15 meters from the tank. The entire sequence, from detection to interception, takes 0.2 to 0.3 of a second. You literally cannot blink that fast. The anti-drone capability on the K2PL deserves special attention because this is where modern warfare is heading. The tank carries an onboard electronic warfare system designed to suppress drone communications, plus the active defense system to physically destroy threats on approach. A Polish study found that while the K2PL demonstrates strong resilience against conventional FPV drones, fiber optic-controlled UAVs with heavier warheads pose a significantly greater challenge. This is an evolving arms race, and the K2PL is being designed to adapt. And here's something you might not expect from a 55-ton vehicle: it can dance. The hydrop pneumatic in-arm suspension allows the tank to sit low for a reduced profile, stand tall for higher ground clearance, kneel to increase gun elevation and depression angles for firing downhill, or lean to one side. Very few tanks on Earth can do this. It can also cross rivers up to 4.1 meters deep using a snorkel system, flooding the hull with up to 500 gallons of ballast water to keep the tracks on the riverbed. Poland's investment here isn't just about buying hardware. The K2PL will be produced at facilities in Poland, creating an estimated 10,000 jobs over 10 years. By 2030, the Polish Army is projected to field 296 baseline K2 tanks and 64 K2PL variants, plus support vehicles. Polish Defense Minister Władysław Kosyniak-Kamysz has committed to reaching 5% of GDP on defense spending by 2026, a level unmatched in NATO. As one Polish official put it, among European countries in NATO, Poland will have the strongest land forces. So when you look at the K2PL, you're not looking at a traditional tank. You're looking at a networked, sensor-fused, AI-assisted weapons platform that can see in the dark, shoot on the move with computer-corrected precision, detect and destroy incoming missiles in a fraction of a second, share battlefield data in real time across an entire army, cross rivers, dance on its suspension, and fire smart munitions that hunt their own targets. It weighs 55 tons. It costs $8.5 million. It carries a crew of 3, and almost everything it does that matters happens inside its computers. The K2PL isn't basically a rolling computer. At this point, calling it anything else would be underselling it.